Awesome. Thanks guys so much for jumping on. I am Sarah and I'm so excited to be here. I should have counted, but this was my 12th convention. I think it's been 12. I've been a part of Plexus for over 12 years now, and every single year we have an event. I am reminded, one, why this is the best company ever. Two, it just completely fills my cup and helps me to feel motivated, encouraged, inspired, surrounded with an amazing community. All of us together, showing up, raising the bar, right? That standard of excellence, seeing where we are, where we want to be, and to be able to spend the time that I did with each and every one of you who were able to make it to Nashville. It was wonderful. If you were not able to make it to Nashville, we missed you terribly. And one of the reasons we wanted to do this call is so that we can get you guys to a convention next year in Vegas. Yes, it's going to be in Vegas. Yes, it's going to be amazing. Yes, it's going to be at the Caesars Forum, which is the world's second largest ballroom ever. I mean, it's going to be insane. So we are booking our tickets. We are getting our hotel rooms. And it's at the link, and I'm going to talk more about that later. So I've asked a few people to share specifically just so they could kind of get their stories out there and share with you a little bit. But at the end, if we still have time and you were able to join us for convention and you have something you just are dying to add or just a takeaway or a little tidbit that you are super excited about, then I'll open it up at the end of the call. And I have a few little things just hitting the high points. I'm going to just give you the high points. And then when I wrap it up at the end, we'll talk a little bit more. We have a new app, Plexus Go. Everybody needs to download it. It's amazing. VIPs included. This is not just for brand ambassadors. So that's huge and important because it's going to have product information, all of the good things that our VIPs will need to feel supported. So Plexus Go is replacing Engage. Go get it. Go have everybody else download it. It's amazing. New products. We're going to talk about those in a little bit. Hydrate. New flavor, limited time, sleep. I don't know about you. I'm seeing your posts. You guys are loving it already. So that was super, super exciting as well. But we are going to jump right in. And I've asked Vanessa to get us started. It was super fun to be able to spend time with Vanessa, but being able to watch her like take it all in, it just was super, super fun. So Vanessa, I'm going to let you kick it off. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, and it's all you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I tell you what, I do these Facebook things, but now that it's recording, it seems a little bit more, I've been a little more nervous. But I want to say that in-person events are where it's at. This was my first convention. And so, you know, sometimes we sit at home and we feel like we're here alone. We don't know how big Plexus is and how amazing it is. So I got to attend this first event, and I also got to attend the Gold Party. If you guys aren't sure what this is, the Gold Party is where it's at. It is very encouraging to see people. Well, first of all, there's amazing food, a dance floor, and everyone's blinging out in their gold, and Genevieve always has this suit on with her shoes, so it's a lot of fun. But for those of you who are silver, you want to set that goal to rank up to gold. So once you're gold, you get an exclusive invite to go to Gold School. And this is where we get training. You're in a room with other people, other like-minded people at your same level, getting nuggets and information that helps you go from where you are to your next level. And so that is really, really huge. And I'm going to look at my notes. I'm sorry. One thing that the recurring theme at either Gold School and this weekend was about belief and casting vision. And Gold School is where you begin to catch the belief in yourself and in your business, because you've done a little bit of work, but now you learn your belief system. And so this is where you also get, like I said, you get a roadmap to go to the next. So when we believe in the products and we're good with the products, the next step, Gold School helps us believe in the future and what we can do. And we talk a lot about mindsets and how our thoughts matter. What we do matters. So one quote was, "Successful people do constantly what others do occasionally." And that was like, oh, okay. Because literally in Gold School, they give you a roadmap. And even at this at convention, we had roadmaps of what we need to do. And so it's just very fun. It's a practical, we get practical action steps on how to move forward. So I plan to continue going to Gold School because when you rank gold or senior gold, you get to go. But also when one of your teammates goes gold, you're invited again. And it's amazing. When you see your team succeed, that's when you succeed. So I plan on continuing. Again, this was my first convention in person. So I'm very, very excited. And I can't wait to get together again, Leaders Retreat and other conventions that we have in person.
Awesome. Okay, so I think you just hit the nail on the head when you said, I want to continue to go to Gold
Yes.
School. You guys, I just want you to picture this. What if all of us develop new level 1 golds and we don't have to plan a team dinner because we are all showing up to the gold party at convention. They've got the DJ, they've got the dance floor, they've got the food. We all get to dress up. So I don't know about you, I'm committing right now to developing a new level 1 gold. We've got plenty of time, but I want you to think about this for a second. And thank you so much, Vanessa, for sharing. I absolutely love seeing that. And by the way, whatever window you're sitting at or whatever light you're using, your eyes are so blue. I have never seen them that blue and you look beautiful. So thank you so much for that. Keep doing your stories and lies from right there where you're sitting. I want you guys to think about this. Continuing to seek out and develop new level 1 golds will get you to Gold School and the Gold Party at convention. 15 friends who all set that goal to share and hit gold would equal you being an Emerald team. Just think about that. What if we use the tools that Plexus has given us, the training, the roadmap, the compensation plan, the new products, all of the things, and we start thinking about what friends do we have that we can help them to share health, hope, and happiness? And what if we just grab a whole bunch of people who grab a whole bunch of people and we all go to gold together, which means someone's going ruby, someone's going senior ruby, someone's going emerald, right? That to me is super exciting because it should never feel hard and it should never feel like we're like dragging people with us to the finish line, although sometimes it takes a little bit of that. But if you are helping to find people who are plugging into the systems that we have and developing into gold, and then in turn saying, okay, now who do you have that you can share your referral link with, and going from there. Plexus is being very specific with Gold School, Ruby's on the rise, all of these kind of benchmarks on the roadmap that we can all set goals together and work for. So if you are here and you are not gold yet and you have no idea what we're talking about, get with the person that invited you to our team page and to this call, and we would love to help you set those goals and get rocking and rolling. If you're past that, let's go. And everybody, we're going to go grab friends and develop level 1 golds. So thank you so much, Vanessa. I appreciate it. So I asked Nina to share. This is the first time I've been able to meet Nina, and I am so excited just because Nina is relatively new as far as all of this goes with events and plugging into business activities. So Nina, I would love to hear what you thought about your first Plexus convention.
It was awesome. It really was tremendous. It's just walking into that room and the music going, the screens going, flashing pictures of everyone, and 7,000 people. It was just walking into so much positive energy. It was great. I loved it. There's so many highlights from there. I could have listened to John Maxwell for hours. His talk was about failure and that you have to fail. And it's, if you don't fail, then you don't get up and try again. So you just have to keep failing until you hit your goals. So that was great to see that. And it was just the mindset, also realizing how that I need to work more on my mindset. And also one of the things that I think was also great is not the down times at the convention. So the opportunities to sit down and have lunch with an emerald or sit down with 3 diamonds in the lobby of your hotel and just hearing and just want to absorb everything that they want to say. So you don't get those opportunities everywhere. And sometimes, I think Vanessa mentioned it, sometimes you feel by yourself or working in a silo, but to know, I mean, I've always known I'm a part of a team, but to actually see the team, be with part of the team, it was so great. And I'm so glad I went. And yes, I've already have my hotel room and my ticket for a convention in Las Vegas. So I'm very excited to come back. And I'm coming back not as a senior silver. I plan on coming back as a ruby.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. That makes me so happy. And I do have to tell you, I live for those in between moments of downtime where community is built. And this is, I think, the first time where I didn't really stress too much. It was kind of like, oh, there's 8 of us here. Let's go grab something to eat. Oh, there's 12 of us that showed up here. Let's go, hang out here. And it was very much just a time where we were able to grab those minutes and just get to know each other. And there were so many of us that had not met before in person and getting to know each other. So I'm so glad that you came. I'm so glad that you made it a priority. I'm so excited to hear you set that goal for Ruby. So we will find you some friends who want to go to Gold, because you're going to get them to Gold School, and that's going to help you. 5 new Gold friends would be Ruby for you, which is so doable. And I think next year is going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, so Sally has a amazing way that you must have done portrait or something, and I'm loving your earrings, but you look awesome, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this year's convention. I know you have a little bit to compare to because you've been to a few. Take it away.
Really, I actually don't know what inspired me to go to convention the first year. I joined after convention in 2016, but then I've been going ever since 2017. And it's been a huge blessing. But I will just, we were talking about the downtime and the 7,000 people, and I am an introvert. That's the reality. So if you're an introvert and you watch this recording, or if you're on here, introverts can still be just overwhelmed with joy and filled to overflowing with the 7,000 people. And there was probably one day where I stepped away, sat in my hotel room for about 30 minutes to just recharge. But other than that, it was just amazing. And it's always been so amazing. So my takeaways, you heard it already, but the energy in the room for every main session was just phenomenal. It's being with like-minded people, the One Plexus. I mean, we have One Plexus just on this team page, but it is like 1,000 times bigger One Plexus family, and it's amazing. Gaining or regaining focus and learning new things. They have amazing speakers, and I listen to podcasts, I read books, and I do all that to grow, and growing is good, and I'll keep doing those things. But listening to people standing in front of you live, like John Maxwell, I mean, I agree. I could have listened to him, I don't even know, forever. I feel like I should just move into his house. Valerie Burton, some of the Diamond Ambassadors, listening to Charles speak. I mean, the inspiration and the knowledge and the wealth of just pouring into us was phenomenal, so rich. Seeing people on our team that you see on Facebook, you see your faces and the shout outs and whatever, but just meeting them or regaining a connection with them if you've met them before is something that I look forward to every single year. I've grown friends with people who live in just across the nation, and gathering together once a year just to reconnect and love on each other and spend time together is such a blessing. If you've never considered going, you need to go. The focus, consider it self-care, consider it an investment in yourself and in your business, and come to Vegas. I will see you there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sally. And it's just every single time we get together, we get to know each other more. And I just think it's, like she said, the energy, the excitement. You're walking into that room, they're bringing in all of these top-notch key speakers. So you leave filled up with motivation, inspiration, training. And that's one thing we're going to talk about on a different call. They had breakout sessions this year, And we were like feverishly scribbling notes. But the hard thing with that was we all had to pick 4. I think there was like 12, 15, different ones. And so we didn't all get to hear all of them. And somebody posted a little graphic and I'm like, which breakout session was that from? That looks like amazing information. So there was a goal setting breakout session that looked like it was right, up my alley, and I did not go to that one. So we will be doing another call, possibly next week, where we're going to have some of you guys share the specific training bullet points and features of what some of those breakouts were, because I really feel like in some of those breakouts, and then we had a Jewel breakout session about coaching, which was just really, really good information, like you said, to get you focused and kind of ready to hit the ground running. So I do want to encourage you guys, as you're thinking about goals moving ahead from July, through December and finishing out this year, you will see that Plexus is very intentional with building to events and things making sense. So we're getting everybody to convention, which is great. And then we're goal setting, but guess what's coming up next? Leaders Retreat, right? And then you've got Leaders Retreat that's going to lead into, for some of us, Emerald and above, who are going to be able to go to Mexico. And then that flips around. You've got Super Saturday in January. And it's just this very intentional calendar of bringing people in, sharing, getting people plugged into what Plexus has to offer, and then being able to have that, help you move through this roadmap of setting goals and achieving goals and having different milestones along the way of events that you get to attend and things that you get to do. So after Gold School is Ruby's on the Rise, it's just, there's so many fun and exciting things. So I've got one more that I asked specifically if she would share, and that's Sarah. And then if you guys are on this call and you want to add your 2 cents about what you loved about convention, I'm going to open it up. So be thinking if you have something that you just want to share with the team, and we will definitely do that. But Sarah, I loved that you got there. You made it a priority. And I just want you to share for a minute kind of what that looked like for you and your thoughts about convention.
So yeah, I am fairly a new mama. My son just turned 2 last month. And so I done Plexus years ago and came back in 2020 and because I needed a good probiotic and I knew where to come. My son was born in 2021 and I went to convention last year and this year too. Very, very hard to do to leave your little one that small. I'm a stay-at-home mama and wife, and so it was hard to leave him, but it just kind of, I guess, maybe shows you how important convention is. It's literally for everyone. Everybody's already said, talking about the energy. It's just, something about being around positive, like-minded people with the same, ambitions and goals that, you have. It's just overwhelming with, like how wonderful it is to be around people like that. And one of the trainings or sessions, they were talking about like how many negative thoughts that we have go through our day, through our mind a day. Like it really shocked me. It was like 40,000, I think, something like that. I have it wrote down somewhere, but like we literally think like 40,000 different negative thoughts. And if you live in a bad, situation, or you have a stressful job, or, it can be even more than that. So being around all those people is really needed, even if you don't want to, grow your business to emerald or, diamond, even. Like this is absolutely needed just for like, me being a new mama and, staying at home all the time. And, we have a farm and all the things. It was just great to be around people like that and, just grow in yourself with your mindset. And I love we had our team. I think we had like 26,
Mhm.
20 some
Yep.
there. And I mean, we were from all over. Like Sarah's from, Louisiana, Sally's from Colorado, and we have North Carolina, we had Mississippi, we had Kansas City, and like we all just, all over the US, and we all just like really meshed well together. And I've always been, nervous about, going and maybe not getting along with people, but that's just not the case. Like people that you don't even know just, coming up to you and, praying with you, like that is just, that just makes me feel like I'm in the right company when people put the Lord first. And I'm just so thankful for this opportunity and these people that I've been able to get to know over the years. And I just gotta say, just try to make it a priority. It's like I said, even if you're not trying to grow your business, astronomically, if you just want to get your products paid for, still go to convention. It's more than, just building a business. It's building yourself as a person. And I love that about Plexus. They always do it right.
You're so awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. And let me tell you what, going to convention and riding in a car with people you don't know, or flying with people that you're like, oh, we've never traveled together before, and then staying in a hotel room with somebody maybe that only met on our team page or whatever the case might be, that's like next level. But it is all good. And I'm so excited. So here's what I want you guys to know. I am setting a goal of 100 or more Team Momentum brand ambassadors, VIP customers, family, friends at convention next year. And I already told Jackson and Logan, my two older boys, that they were going to be included in that number because it's time. After 12 years, it's time for them to see what mama does. So I was like, hey boys, how does it sound? You want to come to Vegas? And they're like, sure. So Jackson will be like almost 21 and Logan will be 19, 18. So I think next year is time for the whole family to come, and we will see how that goes. They came when they were little, but they don't remember that. So I'm setting a really, really big goal. And I think if we can start talking about the fact that convention is where it's at. And Sarah, I love what you said. You don't have to be setting your goal for Diamond to say, hey, I think this is something that would be really awesome if we could all just go and hang out at convention together. And I know Walker's not on the call right now, but she might be watching on the live stream, but brand new to this community. And she's like, sure, let's go. Shannon said, come on, you want to come to convention? She's like, sure, why not? So just being able to hang out and spend time with this community, I think is something that is super exciting, and it can give somebody a taste or a feeling. Even just listening to the Pleximonies, how many of you loved hearing all of those stories each day of everybody's journey and like where they started and where they are now and what their team has meant and what the products have done? Like those Pleximonies to me were just absolutely, I'm trying to get some of the videos so I can start posting them on the team page, but they were absolutely incredible. Okay, so before I wrap up with what the few little things I have, I see Denise and Jan and Shelly and Chrissy. Anybody else? Do you guys want to add your 2 cents about what you thought about convention? Go for it, Denise. I'd love for you to share. Just unmute yourself if you can.
There we go. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Just really quick. It was amazing. And at first, I'm like, the big crowds, maybe it's the over 60 thing. I don't know. But I thought this year, this is it. I need this. I need everyone. We need each other. And so I decided to go, and just God made a way, and it was amazing. When you come back and you get your cup filled, it's just incredible because others feel the excitement and the energy, that we have. And I think just from like posting on my team page and just talking it up and just not really like even trying to talk it up just because of the excitement and all the goodness we got from this convention and all the things of being together, all the training, amazing, all of it, all the things. Well, I think it's the FOMO now. I would have had the FOMO, and now it's the FOMO of some of my team members and just some of my customers that even said, I want to go with you. I want to go next year. And so they're like, make sure, stay on me, and I'm like, okay, we got to get your room. So same thing. I already booked my room, and Sarah shared the amazing price. Where can you go for that? I don't even know, for $100. So anyway, I'm excited already. Just, we're going to go, like all of you had said, just be together. We're going to increase. How many did you want, Sarah? At least 100 of us there, at least. And that means if we're doing the just basic things of sharing and just being the light out there, and just sharing health and happiness, we're just bound to grow, and doing the simple steps. And hopefully we'll get to share that, next week or in the next couple weeks of, just the things we learned. Amazing. So, so glad that I decided to go and all of you went. That was amazing to be with everyone.
It was so good to see you. So for you, those of you that don't know, Denise was my mom's hairdresser, and worked herself out of being her hairdresser because she went Emerald. So my mom, and Denise all rode that first huge, amazing wave of momentum together in the early days. Denise was the one that pushed my mom and I to Emerald 9 months after we went silver, with her passionately sharing health and happiness. And you have just been so steady and constant and faithful no matter what. But here's what's even better. I am looking at you guys, and if you did not go with a team member that you brought, I want to challenge you to bring 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 of your own team. Because here's what I saw. I saw Denise with Sarah and Melanie, and to see Melanie's eyes, just like she was so excited to be there and just take it all in. And then Brandy, who has Tanya and Shelly, you guys were there. So watching all of these, different legs, like you guys are all different legs for the team, but see us all come together as one big team momentum. But seeing each of you be able to, lead and nurture your own team that you brought. So if you were there alone, I want to challenge you that next year you're going to go, and you're going to go with 3, 5, 10, 20, however many, and commit to who am I going to pour into? Who am I going to say, hey, I don't know if you want to do this, but let's go to Vegas next year. And it's starting to plant those seeds now, I think, is something that's so key and so important. So, and I loved my t-shirt. I wore my t-shirt on the airport traveling home and to the Diamond meeting, and I got like 27 compliments on it. So I threw a white blazer over it, and I was like, yes, I did go to Nashville. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Thank
You're
you,
blessed.
Denise. Oh, thank you, Denise. Love you.
Love you.
Okay, does anybody else want to share? I see a few other faces. I'm not going to pick on you, but wave at me if you want to add your 2 cents. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I know, Chrissy, it was her first time. Shelly, it was your first time. It was just so good. And here's what I love. You guys don't think I see all the things, but I see all the things. I see you guys buddying up and setting goals together. Like, I see that, people were like, oh, hey, we've got this in common. Hey, I really like how you do that. And so that just makes me so happy to be able to know that people are running with goals. And that's really one of those fun and exciting things, is coming home from convention, feeling inspired and motivated and ready to run, and locking arms with, like you guys said, like-minded people who you realize there's some people out there who don't know, like, or trust what we do, but we've got something good and we're going to keep sharing. And when we've got more people surrounding us, it definitely makes that easier. So like I said, we're going to be doing some follow-up calls with some of the actual meat from the training, from like the general session and the breakout session. So stay tuned for that. I did throw up a challenge. It might have been like, oh my gosh, Sarah, why in the world are you throwing up a challenge without introducing it? Because it's the last week We've got so many people who are new and excited. We're post-convention. Getting your products paid for is something that everybody's like, yes, please teach me how to do that. And I feel like we still have enough new people that they're not quite getting like, what do we do? So I wanted to have this challenge up for the last 7 days of June so that you guys know this is how we can hit the ground running. You're making a post, you're thinking of your names, you're adding people to the health and happiness testimonial page. All of these step 1, 2, and 3 are the basics of send, share, invite in the system for how we share and get people plugged in. So I am going to be doing giveaways this week based on, you know, you guys jumping in, and without even me introducing it, you guys did an amazing job of jumping in, and you're already doing the challenges and the posting and the stories, and you're doing a super job with that. But if you have somebody who's brand new, or I see some brand new people on here, this is a great way to say, hey, I would love to find 3 to 5 friends who can join me. I'm going to use my referral link, and it's going to help me to earn enough bonuses so that I can get my products paid for and not have to worry about my subscription. Now, I want you guys to understand the Plexus Go app is like one-stop shop. Plexus Pivotal is now housed in the Plexus Go app. And Plexus Pivotal, yes, when you're in that Plexus Pivotal portal, say that 10 times fast, you are going to earn perks when you complete all of the weeks, but you are going to be, the percentage of people who order consecutively for 3 months is well over 50%. So if you have a new VIP that comes in, downloads the Plexus Go app, engages in all that it has with the information about products, registers for Pivotal, gets on track with that, they're going to be more than 50% more likely to continue ordering for at least 3 months. They're going to be earning perks. They're going to be redeeming it for free products. They're going to say this company is wonderful. It's an amazing retention tool that is literally at our fingertips. And it's our job to get the word out and get people downloading the app as soon as they enroll as a VIP and saying, guess what? This is one of the perks that comes with your VIP enrollment. So please, please, please help get the word out, because this is amazing work that's been done for us. And I signed up for notifications. So I even got a drop-down notification saying it was time to review my next task or to log back into Pivotal. Like, you're getting those notifications like our phones do, but it's regarding Plexus. So we've got the Get Your Products Paid For challenge, downloading the app, getting registered for the Velocity Convention. Prices did go up a little bit from last year, which is totally expected. But this is the early bird time to get in now. So go ahead and commit and rock and roll and see who you're going to personally invite to join you next year. And then I did want to share one of my highlights. John Maxwell, like you guys said, I could listen to him every day, all day for hours. He is so wise and just so amazing with how he shares. When he talked about how you have to partner success and failure together. We can't just be shouting Pleximonies and success stories from the rooftops without also including the fact that it's hard. This is hard work. Losing weight is hard work. Dealing with gut health and underlying issues that people have struggled with for years is not an overnight fix, right? We have hard things that are happening, and we have to learn to partner failure with success so that people have realistic expectations for what it takes to do this. That was, sorry, my light has a mind of its own. That was something that was so huge for me in so many ways. So I want to share this story with you. And for those of you that have been around for a while, you absolutely know this story already, but here's what I want to share with you. My mom and I, when we went to the very first Plexus convention ever, there was 253 people there. I sat on the left side of the room. It wasn't even a ballroom, you guys. It was one of those side breakout rooms. It was smaller than one of the side breakout rooms for what we had at this last convention. So there was one main row with 2 rows sections, and I sat on the left side, 3 rows back. And it is so ingrained in my brain, the very moment that Janet Frank stood up across the aisle, the second row over, and she stood up and gave her Pleximony for what the products had done for her. And at that moment, I said, I'm doing this and I'm all in no matter what. Now, what a lot of people don't remember or understand is when I decided to go all in, the activities that I did I was terrible at it. You guys, I wasn't born to speak on stage. I didn't just, I was so bad. I will never forget, my mom and I left that first session. We're like, we're going to go tell people about Plexus. And we went to the bar of the New Orleans Hotel restaurant. And we were like, we have business cards. Do you want to hear about Plexus? We're like writing the comp plan on the bar napkin and like puking Plexus all over this poor bartender that can't go anywhere. But we were like, we're going to do this. So we showed up bad. Okay. We did a lot of things the wrong way. When I go back and look at messages from 2012, I'm like, oh my gosh. First, I'm sorry that I'm sending you a message 8 years later. And second of all, I'm so sorry for that horrific message that I sent you that was so bad. And we started over, like, my messages were terrible. My everything, my reach outs, all of it was bad. But I want you guys to think about this. My mom and I said, we're going all in no matter what. And we decided to start our Monday night meetings. I was absolutely terrified. When I tell you terrified, and I will never forget writing out sentences on note cards. I had 5 note cards in my first meeting. It's like my very first Monday night meeting. I think there were 3 of us. I literally did my meeting with my note cards in front of my face because I was terrified and I didn't want to like screw up. My voice was shaking, like I couldn't even make the words come out. There were 3 of us, y'all. It was me, my mom, my sponsor, Amy Sage, and I don't even remember if it was a guest. There had to have been a guest because I was terrified. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I can do this. It's going to be fine. And I read. And then I said, come back next week and we'll do this again, but maybe it'll be a little bit better. And we just kept showing up and showing up and showing up and failing and doing it really bad over and over and over until one Monday, it wasn't quite so bad. And then the next Monday, I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. And then one Monday I said, you know what? I'm just going to throw my note cards away and tell you why I love Plexus. And the moment that I started speaking from my heart, because I'm taking the products, I'm loving the products, I have a testimony with the products. When I just said, hi, I'm Sarah Marble and I love my pink drink and here's why, I realized, oh my gosh, not only did I show up, not only did I show up really bad, I showed up and I failed forward. And every time I showed up, I learned something. And I adjusted and I got just a little bit better. So when I stepped out on a stage at the MGM Grand in front of 12,000 people for a keynote talk with a PowerPoint, I didn't just show up magically good at public speaking. There were years and years and years of me doing it really, really bad. But showing up, and he talked about the cycle to success, where you're testing all the time. So you enter in one level and then you just do whatever it is you're doing. And then you fail at it. And then you learn, okay, what do I need to adjust? And then you make that improvement. And then the next time you do it, you've re-entered one level up. And you just keep repeating that cycle and level up and level up. So I want you to hear me. If it's recruiting, if it's duplication, if it's retention, whatever it is with mindset, your pillars, all of those things, if you feel right now like you are failing, I want you to know that failure is partnered with success. And for you to get results on one end, you have to keep showing up and failing, showing up, doing it bad, and learning and adjusting and improving, and then you just keep showing up. And those of us who decided not to quit, those of us who said, you know what, I'm bringing myself with me every single day to that next level, are the ones who say, you know what, if it took 10 years, it was worth it. If it takes 15 years, will it be worth it? There's a lot of people willing to be teachers or whatever and stick something out and not even really enjoy it for 20 years just so they can hit that magical retirement. What if it took you 20 years to go emerald and then you got to go on the vacations and drive the cars and get the bonuses and do all the things? Would it be worth it to fail forward to eventually feel successful? I really, y'all, that was something that was so huge for me, but I want you guys to remember, I have done so much of this wrong and I have done so much of this with so much failure on every level. And I still today am like, feel like I'm failing as a leader and failing as a mom and failing. But you know what? If you reflect and evaluate and learn from that and keep showing up, you guys will see the results that you are looking to see. And what I will never forget with those Monday night meetings, and we will end with this. When I started to delegate in my leadership, and I was like, Mom, it's your turn to help me with the Monday night meetings. Can you come help me do the product portion? So we would do the product part, and then we would do testimonies, and then we would do the compensation plan, and then we would kind of wrap up with who wants to join our team. And she was terrified. So she used to watch those videos of Sheila Medina, who is our first diamond in Plexus, who had done meetings before with the products. And she's like, if I could just do it like Sheila Medina, it's going to be great. And so she would watch the videos and take the notes and watch the videos, which she was learning. But she was just like me. She was so terrified to mess up or say something wrong. And then she told her pastor one day, she's like, I just don't think I'm cut out for this. And he looked at her and he said, you're not Sheila. You're you. So you show up as you, because who you are is good. And I want each of you to remember tonight, you don't have to do it like me. You don't have to do it like anyone else. You don't have to be like anyone on a stage or the person that sat next to you at convention. Really get good at saying, Lord, what are my gifts that I'm supposed to bring? Where can I add value and show up as you, shining with health, hope, and happiness in your strengths? What you offer and where you show up in your stories and what your posts are about are not going to be what my posts are about, because you are adding value in a place that makes the whole world better. And we're all coming together in this community to show up and move together forward. And we can all operate in our own individual strengths. So when you think about failure partnering with success, I want you to include the fact that you don't have to change who you are, because who you are is good. We can all do this together. And there's going to be more than 100 of us next year celebrating at convention. And I just want to thank you guys so much for sharing your hearts about convention and our team and the things that you're learning. Stay tuned for some more stuff this week, and I'll let you know when we're going to do some more of our training calls, because we've got tons of people who could not jump on live, and we've got lots more information to share. So thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for jumping on. And it's not a true Plexus call if you don't cry a little, right?
Yep.
Yes. Love you guys. Have a good night. Wow.